Hello everyone. We at Ashutosh Financial Services believe in complete wealth management for India and the world. Today, let me explain you the need of the hour, becoming a global investor. While the Indian stock market remains a very promising one, we must think beyond the shores of India to diversify our portfolio across different geographies and different stock markets of the world. Let me explain you the reasons for doing so. Reason number one, outperformance of the US market and other global stock markets. The US stock market, represented by Nasdaq predominantly, which is the technology companies, has outperformed major stock market indices of the world because of its sharp innovation, execution capabilities, global market presence, and corporate earnings which have been consistently growing. By allocating a certain part of your portfolio in US markets, you can get benefit of the depth and stability of the largest stock market in the entire world. Reason number two, the currency advantage. We all know that the US dollar has appreciated against the Indian rupee and all other major currencies of the world by at least 3 to 4% on an annualized compounded basis across the last 5 to 10 years. This is an additional return that any investor can attain investing in the US market into US denominated investments over and above the actual returns delivered by the underlying investments in different stocks of companies. Reason number three, opportunity to invest and explore new generation ideas and businesses. We all know about the outstanding performance which several US companies such as Nvidia, Qualcomm, Tesla, Apple, Amazon have delivered in the last few years. This is just a small representation of the technological prowess which the US companies have. Think about the sectors like artificial intelligence, cloud computing, 5G, space tech, cybersecurity. These are the emerging sectors of tomorrow in which we need to place our bets, and the entire world is today driving its capital towards these companies. There are very few or no parallels of these kinds of sectors and companies available today for investment in the Indian stock market. Therefore, diversifying into the US market gives an opportunity to explore sectors which are going to transform the entire world in the times to come. Reason number four, geographical diversification. Well, we all know and accept the fact that India today is the fastest growing economy in the entire world, in the major economies of the world. It is always prudent to diversify the portfolio beyond a single country to avoid a single country, single currency risk. No matter how good the Indian markets seem to be, the fact remains that we are all exposed to geopolitical risks, regulatory risks, political changes, and situations which we may not have imagined. Diversifying beyond a single country helps in mitigating this risk along with the risk of investing in a single currency.
Reason number five, ease of investing. As far as the Indian regulations are concerned, the RBI allows to the extent of 250,000 US dollars per Indian financial year per person to be repatriated outside of India for any purposes, which could also be for investment in US stocks or any other global stocks. As far as the income tax is concerned, US does not tax any individual on the capital gains arising from stock market activity as far as the person is not a US tax resident. And as long as India is concerned, there is a flat rate of 12.5% of tax on capital gains arising from US stocks beyond a holding period of just 2 years. Funds can also be sent and received in a very seamless manner. To provide an access to every individual, not just in India but across the globe, we have partnered with a company called Vested Finance and developed a platform which can enable anyone to become a global investor. We bring to you 3 different kinds of portfolio baskets to become a global investor. Number one, sector specific baskets. These are all stock portfolios which invest into innovative themes or with an innovative concept such as space tech, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, cyber security, electric vehicles, so on and so forth. It also invests on basis of certain investment themes which could be companies having certain competitive advantages or some companies having a global diversification in terms of its market presence. The second basket that we have is on precious metals. We all know the kind of run that we have witnessed as far as gold and silver are concerned. Similarly, it does not just end at gold and silver, but there are several other precious metals, including the likes of palladium, platinum, copper, so on and so forth, in which any investor can diversify their portfolio beyond the conventional precious metals of gold and silver. And the third basket is country-specific stocks. We all know about the US markets, but there are several other stock markets, including the emerging markets like Brazil, China, Indonesia, which have delivered an outstanding return and are also very attractive from the viewpoint of their valuations. Any investor can explore these markets through this country-specific stock portfolios that we have curated. We also support on the regulatory and taxation aspects for all the investors who are investing through this platform. We have onboarded several investors not only from India but across the major geographies of the world to invest and access the US markets. Any person who is investing outside of India, meaning who is living outside of India, being a resident of any country, which could be UK, Australia, African, Southeast Asian countries or any part of the world, and you invest through this platform into the US markets or any other global markets, there are no financial implications of India if the funds are routed directly from outside of India. Meaning, if a person is living in Australia and invests from the Australian bank account into the US market through this platform, there is no Indian tax implication or no Indian financial implication that arises. This platform, in a true sense, allows you to become a global investor by investing across different geographies, asset classes and sectors, all in a transparent, convenient and most importantly, compliant manner. Global investing today is no longer an option. It's a compulsion if someone wants to become a true investor of today's times. If you want to diversify your portfolio by giving it a global edge, reach out to us today at the earliest.